Hi folks, in this little video we're going to have a look at another further way in which you can use KMAR to do some NCEA analysis. Now you might recall that recently I sent some data out which was a breakdown of the NCEA results, the Liston College results against the national results by each standard. Now in that particular email that I sent out, I did suggest that it would be a great idea if KMAR could actually do some analysis like this, and that I would suggest it to them. Well, actually it turns out that KMAR already have that built into their package, so I wanted to show you how that can be done because I wasn't aware of it until yesterday. So what we're going to do is we're going to once again log into KMAR and then jump into your markbook area. Now once again you need to change this part here to reflect whichever year you're looking at. So we'll look at last year's results. So 215, edit. So after that's loaded, let's go once again to a particular markbook that I want to look at, and so I'll look at last year's calculus results. So having clicked on that, okay, we can look at the entries here. Now this is actually what we need to do. So from the markbook you need to actually go into the entry area, not the statistics for the standard by standard breakdown. So here I've got one of the external standards that we did last year, and here on the top part is this little icon graph that looks like a little bar graph. So if we click on that, I'm going to include the published results, not those not attending, absent, etc., and click on stats. And what you'll see is you actually have a comparison for this standard against the national statistics from last year. Okay, so we've got 25% didn't pass that, and for my class 8% didn't pass that. We've got a comparison for males nationally and also decile 5, which is quite handy. The female comparison is probably not so useful here, but the male one is. Now before we go off this graph here, on the right hand side there's actually some other quite useful things. So if I wanted to do a ethnic comparison, I just need to click on this part here, and I can see that for my class 25% nationally Europeans did not achieve, 37% achieved, and the merit and excellences. I can see that for my class, while all European students passed, only 25% got merit or above. So one job for me maybe this year is to try and get more students achieving at the merit and excellence level for different particular ethnic groups. So you've got this ethnic comparison all the way down here. Okay, so that was the ethnic comparison, the gender comparison. Okay, so yeah, that's probably about it. There are some other things you can play around with here. Okay, so you can get a bar graph there, percentage bar graph. Okay, this viewing subject one looks like it's a male comparison. Okay, so we can do an ethnic comparison there. But probably the most useful one, if I just finish that and go back into it again, is this initial one here, and also with the ethnic comparison. Okay, so that was that particular one. If I wanted to look at a different standard, I can click on A and B, A for internals, B for externals. I can then look at this other standard and do once again exactly the same thing. Now you can obviously print this, but you can also export it to a PDF. Okay, so that's obviously useful, and this should help with your some of the statistics you need for Chris as well as part of your report to him. At least I hope it will be useful. Okay, once again, as always, if you have any questions or stumped as to what I was saying here, you can always get back to me. And just see there that FileMaker's crashed on me, so it's probably a good time for me to sign off. Okay, so see you around school.